Podcast.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, Lou. Hello, Mr. and Miss America and all the ships at sea and everyone out there in TV land.
We have one
Wait a
for
minute, I'm not
viewers
getting.
as usual.
Chad just took over the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I got my
I think you know
residual
what this
check.
should be. This should be Chad is the host, and we are the
Yeah,
guests.
yeah.
I would
No,
love just to
that's
fucking have
that's
that
too much
dynamic go on
pressure.
right now.
No, that's too much pressure. No, I just found out I'm not getting paid for this because my I got my residual check the other day and it said nothing about Beer League podcast. It was
Oh,
just for that commercial I did when I was a little kid for Mr. Messy Diapers, and where they I was referred to as Baby Boom Boom. So it had nothing to do with Beer League. I was disappointed. So
Well, I don't think you knew this, but this is all part of charity uh, for Norm's femur lengthening.
yes, on just one leg though, on just one leg,
Why would
so he
you?
can.
Well, it really depends on how much we raise. The more
Yeah.
we raise, the more Norm raises.
I think for those royalties to kick in, it has to be you have to have double digit views. That was the yeah. So
What the fuck are we
Well,
ripping on Norm? He's not here.
no,
But he'll be here
that's.
next week.
Oh, Willie, good. I'll make sure to tune in.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get him in on the holiday weekend. And then
Good,
what after
good, good.
that? Mr. Larkin?
and then we're going to switch to Tuesdays, and I'm thinking Kimmler might be able to do Tuesday, right? Because
Tuesdays.
he couldn't do Monday.
Oh. All right.
Oh, for a one-off, yeah,
Yeah, so he hasn't been on yet this year.
yeah.
Steiger
He's got
hasn't
a
been
regular
on.
shift, I believe, on Mondays.
Well, if you can do Tuesdays somewhere.
Well, we'll see. I'll ask him. I haven't asked him yet. But yeah, Chris can do one, and yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot, I lost you guys.
No,
Can
you're
you
still
still
here with
see me,
us.
hear me?
Yep.
Absolutely. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Doesn't
Hold
change the
on here.
fact you look like Stevie Wonder looking at your camera.
So what's new, Chad?
As long as I don't look like Marty Feldman, one eye going like this and one eye going like that. It's all walleye, you know.
Ain't got nobody.
Um, yeah, let's see. What did I do wrong?
Weather's cooled off a little bit. I assume.
Yes, it did. Nicely.
Yeah.
There you are. Yeah, it cooled off nicely. Yeah, we're uh let's see, about 72 today, but actually I need some nice heat to finish off my melons, if I can say that mixed company. I got
Oh,
about still 125 watermelon and about 80 cantaloupe left to go with it because it was such a crazy cold spring and then an African hot level of summer. They didn't grow at first because of too cold and not enough rain. It was a drought, and then they didn't grow later on because it's too hot and not enough rain. So now I'm a little bit behind. So
did you get the corn sweat off your stalk?
yes, I did. I carry a
Good.
rag around my neck for it. So
And the wheat lacoche or
yeah.
whatever. How's that pronounced?
Uh, I don't know how it's pronounced. But yes, I did actually harvest some. It's the farmers call it smut, believe it or not. I did harvest some
Ooh.
corn smut for a chef friend of mine,
Is
and
that when they
I
find porno mags in their fields?
For
yes,
fertilizer.
and all of the corn gets frothy. The ears get frothy. No, but then I sold it to him for $2 an ear, and he goes, "Really? That's all?" And I was like, "Shit!" I said the number too low. I thought $2 was gonna be too high because that's double what an ear of corn is. So the next time I'm gonna charge him again. Anything that makes a few extra bucks and I can still sleep at night afterwards. So
One thing I do
that's
know
how
is
I
that
work it.
smut sells.
Yeah, smut does. Indeed, it does.
It
Uh,
sells.
when we get to the baseball portion of our evening's festivities, I hate to say it, Lou, but I was unable through time and other constraints to check my results the last 2 weeks because it's on an email that I go through 3 pages to get to. So I had an idea how I did. But I don't know exactly how I did. So I'll be just as curious and just as mystified as the rest of everyone out there in TV land when I see Hack Wilson's results the last 2 weeks.
All right.
Well,
And
Well,
I'm pretty sure that they
fucking
were
bring it
not
up, Lou.
overly great.
yeah, I don't think it was too good.
No, I
I
had two
thought
good
I
weeks
had
in
a
a
pretty
row,
good
and
week.
I knew I just had well, I had 2 days that were good, but then the rest were pretty poor. And I had one day where pitching and everything was a total of like 19 points or 21 points or some nonsense.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But I've been having problems with negative pitchers. And
Oh, dude,
tonight was
I
no
had
different.
one
Joe
that
Ryan
fucking.
is -3 or -6 for me tonight. So
So the reason why I lost and got the 0 and 6 this week, or
did you
not
have a
0 and
shitty team?
6. No, well, I didn't get the 6 and 0 was because of fucking Jacob Lopez gave up 9 runs in like 2 innings, and
No,
I was a -21 on Sunday when I had four pitchers going. I thought I was just gonna steamroll everybody. Nope, he's the one that cost me, man. I was like, I wasn't that far off. I was
that's
only like,
terrible.
21 points off from fucking, Big McBride's, but dude, that swing goes both ways. I mean, if you give
Yeah,
me what you normally do, which is like 21 to 30 points a week that week, instead of getting me -21, I get the 6 and 0 instead of the 5 and 1.
You know what would be
well,
an
not this.
interesting stat, and I'm sure somebody somewhere does it already, is like a standard deviation in the starts. What amount? What's his average points per start, and what's the standard deviation? Because I know they do that in fantasy football. I think they do that
Yeah.
Yeah,
in football. But Lopez, I've
that'd
had
be an
him and
interesting
I
stat.
dropped
Yeah,
him in a roto league, and he is confounding because he was as hot as any pitcher, and he's had these terrible starts too. I finally got
Yeah.
off the roller coaster with him, but
Yeah, but he
well,
didn't
that's
have
why.
a whole lot of them. It wasn't like a couple in a row. It was like, okay, he had one bad start, and then
yeah,
the next start wasn't terrible. He didn't lose you points. And
right.
then all of a sudden he went on a fucking like 5 games in a row where he's like fucking pitching deep into games and getting you quality starts, winning games, and then he'd hit a bad one. And then he'd go back into five that were somewhat decent. You just never know when you're going to get hammered by that dude, but for the most part, he's pretty solid.
For most of the season, he had a lower ERA on the road at home, which was surprising. But I'm sure
Yeah,
that that's correcting now because that last bad start must have been at home. I think so.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that reminds me of last year I had Blake Snell for 3 years in a row or whatever,
I had him a
and then
little bit ago.
last year I gave him up because he was too much of that. He was 5 innings, and you never know which guy's showing up. He does his 3 good starts, and then he gets you 0 points, and then he gets you -15. And I just couldn't take my heart. The old ticker couldn't take that anymore. So
I think you had him a
That's
little bit
no.
longer ago because I remember trading for him and getting him from paging Dr. Satchel. And then I
well,
had
that's who
him
I
for a
traded him
while.
to.
And then this year, it was I think I think Rudy fucking like overbid me on him. It's like, I was gonna take him for that.
Thought it was
So
last year I gave him up, and it might have been the year before. So
oh, no. Yeah, I had him for a while.
well, I had traded him away to Satch, and then he traded him back to me. And I said, okay, yeah,
Really?
sure. And then he
Did
went
I
on a
get
little
him off
streak.
you then?
It might have been. And then he went on a little streaks. And then and it might have been you, whoever offered me an actual
Oh, dude, he
decent
was hurt
trade. And I was
most of
like,
the
all
time
right,
he was
screw
with
it.
me. He
But
was
then,
hurt most.
but regardless, yeah, yeah. That's his other MO.
Yeah.
He plays left out.
Yeah. He plays training room.
Yes, exactly. I had a lot of that's my whole issue this year is and there was a number of guys like O'Neill and what have you that I knew were issues coming into the season, but I have had 7 guys on my DL for a majority of the year, and there's been weeks in a row where I had a completely full DL, 10 guys. You know, it just
Yeah.
when it rains, it pours.
I've
And
had
I
Well,
that
definitely
check
had a
this out.
just by design, you know, like I'll pick up guys on the IL. I haven't done that in a few months, but you can have a full
Well,
IL without having bad luck. You know, you can like search out guys that are on the IL. And,
oh yeah, yeah.
that's the
Well,
funny thing is,
Lou, I was
uh,
just gonna say a majority of mine were, except for Cole and Kirby, were healthy when the year started. And just
yeah,
and
no,
it
I'm
wasn't
not.
like I
I'm not.
picked up
I'm
a
just saying
guy
that like you,
to
it's
husband him. Yeah.
definitely
Oh, I
possible
know
to
that.
have a full IL because I've had it
Oh,
and I haven't had particularly bad luck. But I'm not doing
right.
that now because I just it's more just a it's more just a pain in the ass. Like they come they get healthy and then I just drop them anyway because it prevents
Yeah,
you
it's at
from
the
making
wrong
a
time.
move. You know, I go to make a claim and it says like this guy is no longer. You know, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, it's more just a pain in the ass.
Now they'll come ripe at the wrong time. Yeah, because I've
Now
done
I'm
that in
only
years
taking
past when I've
guys
had.
that I could
Well, I just
conceivably start when they get healthy. I'm not like just taking
yeah.
guys to fill up the slot.
Right, right. No, and I've done that in years past, like, oh, he's injured, and whoever dropped him, yeah, he's pretty good when he's healthy. So yeah, let me go ahead and pick him up. This year I haven't had that luxury. It's just been filled up with my regulars,
oh, dude,
my
yeah.
regular starters. So,
This
oh
one league
geez, look
I'm
at
in,
that.
you have a
I'm
four
leading the
man.
league in what? Sorry.
This one league I'm in, you have a 4-man IL. You'd have a fun time with that
Oh Jesus, yeah.
one.
Dude, right now I've got 3 pitchers on the IL, and then on Sunday, that Sunday I was telling you about Jacob fucking whatever Lopez. He
Right.
went day to day, and
J
then
Lo.
and then Kion ended up having pitching a great game. They pulled him out of the game, went day to day. And I'm just like
Yep.
day to day, day to day, day to day, day to day.
Well,
I mean, seriously, what the fuck is going on? I can't keep healthy pitching.
no. Well, either can I, and I started off the year and I bitched and moaned about this last podcast, but Cole gets injured the day before the auction when
Oh,
it's
dude.
basically too late, and then Kirby gets injured during the auction.
Yeah.
Arguably my two best pitchers and arguably in the top 10 in the whole league, I lose them even before the season started,
Yeah,
Yeah.
So kick in the wang. So that's starting on the back foot for sure.
tough way to start.
That
Well,
It
sucks.
is.
on the glance page, the only thing of note for any of the three of us is that Hack has the largest IP overage.
And that surprised me because
It's
I have been
crazy.
trying to resist, but I also know that there are a few weeks I was close. So I just threw some guys in there, usually even off the scrap pile. And I had one of those Jeff, like what Jeff was talking about. I was like, hey, I got two starters going, but if I pick these two guys up, these two guys will give me positive points. And then I end up for four pitchers starting, I'll have like 11 points
Oh,
or
dude.
five.
Yeah. Whatever's out
Right.
there is, you got to be
Oh,
really smart and strategic about it because I tell you what, there
oh
is
yeah.
some fucking just dirty gum on the sidewalk out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Well, these two particular guys that I did it with 2 weeks ago, one was on a Saturday and one was on a Sunday, and both of them got shelled for me. They had they were very specific. I just didn't go, oh, that guy's decent. No, they'd had two good outings in a row, or they're pitching in a park they always do good in, or in conditions they always do good in, or whatever. So I was like, oh no, these guys, I'm, it's like I'm going to be printing money. And then I tune in later on and like, oh, -11, 3 innings. Okay, that's good. Or even worse, -17, but it took 6 innings to do it. So they chewed up innings and they got shelled. So, yeah. So, but that's what I ended up. So my innings pitched went from like 40 over to like 80 over in 3 weeks. It was really discouraging. And I didn't have the record to prove it either.
The past 2 weeks,
Oh,
you've gone 1-5 each of the weeks. So 2 and
Oh,
10
ugly,
over the last
ugly.
two. Actually the worst in the league over the last 2 weeks. So you can see Daddy's went 5-1,
That's poor.
8-4 over the last two. So,
Well, it's nice to see that Doug is making a good push there. And
oh,
dude,
geez.
I'm
good
like
old,
fucking impressed with that shit.
our
He was
favorite
in last
Austrian.
briefly. He was in last briefly. Now
Yeah,
he's
he
18
was.
games ahead of last.
Yep.
So that streak is like 29 and counting, I think.
Yeah, it's
So
almost Charlie Jerselid numbers, So
he's
going in the
in.
Wayback Machine. Uh, so nice to see our resident Austrian is doing well though too. He's getting so nice push there.
You know what? He always does well. He's just good at
Well,
he's
he's
good at
toward the
this
end.
shit.
Yes.
Who, Satch?
Yeah. No,
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 fucking
our Dave Steiger.
Dave is
Oh,
always in the
yeah.
contention, man. He's always there. He never
Yep.
like I never see Dave at the bottom of the list.
No, no, he's always competitive. But yeah, he had a bad streak this year though. I remember he was, like 2 and something. He had a bad, he had like an 0-6 followed by 1-5, followed by another 1-5 or something. But then that really hurt him this year. But then he poured it on otherwise. Yeah, is he 9-3, 16-8, it looks like. Or is that babies? Yeah, no, it's him.
Dude,
So
I'm
that's a
trying
good
like hell. I was telling people earlier. I mean, there was people coming after me for this, that, and the other when I was sitting down in like eighth and ninth place. I'm like, I'm shooting for fucking fifth or fourth or
the money.
third,
Yep.
whenever I can get up there. I'm just like,
Right.
I'm shooting for the top as far as I can get up. And now I'm
Well,
in
when
fifth,
people,
like
yeah.
sixth place.
Well, people were offering me a bunch of trades, and I said the same thing. I was like, man, you watch this next few weeks, I'm gonna be doing well. And I did. I was like 11-1 following 2 4s and 2s in a row. But when you're that far down, you're expecting a lot of luck. And then I pull this 2 and 10 bullshit. So yeah, then that puts you right back in bone zone.
I mean,
So
the way it's set up, they really have to bowl you over for next year because it doesn't it doesn't pay for you to finish lower in the standings, So you should try
right,
to finish as high as you can. Except if they offer you something, some great keepers, auction dollars, whatever it is, then you'll go, okay.
right. No, absolutely. Yeah, and I did make a few trades this year. I made 2 with Phil and 1 with somebody else, and uh, but they were like truly fair trades that would help both sides. So you know, and one of them I actually thought was lopsided with Satch, but I wasn't going to argue. I mean, lopsided towards me, but
Where'd
it's
you
somebody
get
that he
that?
needed.
What'd
What?
you get? You gave up Ivan Herrera or something like
I
that?
can't. I can't remember at the time, but Robbie Ray was one of the pitchers because
You max headroom,
that
Dennis.
was one of all my pitching was
You're max
down.
headrooming.
Are
And
you are
and
you doing
Ray
hurdy-gurdy,
was
man?
oh yeah, it says my internet connection is unstable, just much like my mental situation. So
Kind of like
it's thank you,
hurdy-gurdy,
country internet.
hurdy-gurdy.
So
Yeah,
what's your prediction as far as
Jonathan.
first? Wait added a game to their lead over Satch. So Satch is 6 back. We've got 30 games left, right? I thought there was only 24 left last week when I was putting out something, but so what do you think? Is Wade going to hold on?
Well, I I like Waite holding on, but Satchel's hard to beat, and he's a pressure guy and everything else. But he's having a little bit of issues with some couple injuries, key injuries, and I don't know. I think Waite looks real tough this year, so I think wait till next year. Might not have to wait, but
Yeah.
bump.
The
I
prediction.
do think he'll hold out. Is my prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if Page passed him up. I do think that it is between those two. That I don't think there's going to be a big enough collapse that the Cows or Bazzotti can catch up. Uh, I do think that we might even theoretically we could even be looking at the finishing four, right? What lockstep and what it is right now.
Yeah.
Gambler
Oh,
Spirit
don't
could
count
always
me
make
out, dude.
a
Don't count
push.
me out. I'm a couple good weeks from
Babies, I
being
was
in
going to
fourth
say,
place.
babies could always make a push.
This is
Babies could always
this is
make a
the
push,
prediction model,
but
and it agrees with what you just said. It has the same top four, and it has Daddies as
yeah,
king of the offseason. So Daddies is going to pass Spear according
yeah,
to this, and Sombreros is going to pass Hack.
yeah. I think that. Oh, I will not let that happen. I will not let that happen. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
a big
No,
push
I can have
now. Big
anything to do with
push.
it.
Finish. Yes. If management can control things at all,
You're not going
which
to get that feed. I'm not going to be in your room to get that.
So Hack's getting boned by one game. That's not too bad.
right.
1.5 games.
No,
McBrides are really getting boned. This is a high number for historically to be
He
six
got
over.
6-0 this week, so he
that
didn't get that
is.
bone.
That is.
Now Let's Play has got
Well, but it's
Let's Play is five in the lucky side, so they're
wow.
they'd be looking even worse.
Things are coming up Millhouse. So
Yeah.
But games
um
played. Let's see, Hack quite a bit under in catcher and
yeah.
under in the
I haven't been
position players.
I haven't been streaming my catchers like I usually do. I been slacking off on that a little bit. Also because I haven't had a lot of spare roster spots, because I'll carry three catchers just for that reason.
Yeah,
Well,
as
I do
far
too,
But
but usually sometimes there's like two that are off on the same day. I was like, God damn it.
yeah, oh yeah.
And then if all three of
Well,
them are off, then you're kind of fucked.
you're like what,
baby Jesus
fourth?
bless Salvi because he misses almost nothing. And the other day he was a day to day, and I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
You never know with catchers; they could be out for forever. He was out for 2 days in a row, and that was it. And he had a dislocated finger or something, and he came back after 2 days. That guy's a fucking animal.
You're
Just love him.
fourth. You're fourth in games underage. Behind
Yeah.
Rudy, McBride's, and the Knockers. The Knockers are way under in games.
No.
And then as far as innings, as I mentioned, you're the most over, and Let's Play's the most under.
First Gambler's Spear, 66, so he's got a couple more innings more than me, so
Yeah,
that's good.
he's second on
Right,
IP
they're about the
average.
same
That's
though.
probably why the model thinks that you'll pass him.
Now, the Holy
Letty's
Cows are around the same as me. If my pitching can be a little better than his and my hitting remains the same, I could catch him. I could catch
on a
him.
per
Well, I
inning.
was just
Go
look.
ahead.
I was just saying. I was looking at the top guys, and Satch is right around even, and so is wait till next year is right around even. So that looks like that's kind of a wash.
Hmm.
Satchel has a slight advantage, but so
Oh,
that looks like that's not going to be a factor
I put the
probably.
wrong guy on the glance. I had it that Wait was the paragon of pitching pace prudence, but it's actually Satch. Satch is only 15 innings over.
Yeah, I tell you what, though,
Yeah,
I mean, wait, the way he was like 70 fucking innings down. Like, I mean,
yeah.
he burned a lot
Well, that's how you
and
can make a
it didn't
push.
get a lot for it. I'll tell you that much because he was really up
Yeah,
before.
no, he did a great job, and also Satch did a great job. They had a big overage, and they're
So
like
they're like
under.
the two
Yeah.
ponies that are running to the finish right now. This is going to be interesting because, hey, man,
See,
if you have a
well,
couple
my
key players go down in the same week, and it happens, I swear to God, this is
oh,
where no man land. I mean, and then plus on top of that, you're going to have an influx of minor league players come into the game and take, and then you're going to have some of your stars getting rested.
yep, yep.
They only had one hitter and one pitcher now, so it's usually a
Big Dumper hit
bullpen
another
guy.
one. Cal Raleigh,
You know, I
was that 49?
think so. Yeah, I think that's right.
Well, no, I think he hit 49 last night. Is that 50?
You hit one tonight?
Yeah, he just hit one. It just came over my phone. That's why I'm
Uh,
sorry, I totally interrupted you. That was rude. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy fuck, he's on fire.
but as far as the innings, you can see Satch. There's only three teams that have either an underage or less of an overage than him. So he's in really good shape as far as he worked through that. So he's got to be somewhat happy that he worked through this and now he can be competitive the rest of the year.
I absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yeah, because I was when my pitching went tits up, I just stopped playing guys when I knew I was going to be getting a poor week. I was paying enough attention that I was like, all right, well, just if I'm going to bomb, I'm going to bomb big. So let's go ahead and then all of a sudden I just gobbled them right up to not didn't have much to show for it. There's nothing more frustrating than that. when you're getting guys in 6 and 7 innings, but they're getting you 9 points, you know.
You can see that the
So
non-save hold pitching points per inning pitched, Waite's on top, where he's been the whole year pretty much, I guess. But McBride's are second, so their
oh wow.
pitching has been good. Let's see where Hack is. Hack is at a 2.27, so that's toward
Right about
the
middle,
bottom.
bottomish, middle.
Yeah, maybe second to last,
Yeah.
actually, right? No, third.
Yeah,
third
thank
to
you. Thanks. No.
11th.
Fourth
11th.
to last.
Daddy's where Daddy's 2.18. Yeah, Daddy's is the least. So Daddy's has the per inning pitch is got the worst non-save hold points per inning pitched.
You know what though? I had some of the best in the beginning of the season, and it just kind of went to shit. Mason Miller got traded, and now he became a sometimes seventh or eighth inning guy, and they use him sparingly. It's like this guy used to get me like at least 3 games a week. He's lucky if it gets me one every 2 weeks. So
That's
right now
tough.
I'm praying that motherfucker gets like let go.
Even with the pile, there's got to be somebody better on the pile than that.
I
You
know,
gotta
but I hate to give
gotta
up
do
on his
some
arm, man. That guy's
investigating.
going to be fucking great somewhere else. I kind of got to eat that
Yeah.
one, you know? Hey, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Even
Well, then
without
just
him,
rest him
it's
and
like,
pick up
fuck
a
it.
rest him and pick up a turd. You know, the guy, there's got to be a 2, 3 time a weeker out there with a holding it or a win, you know,
Well,
especially
let's
being that
put it
you're
this
trying to
way.
make
It's
a
probably
push.
costing me about 9 points every 2 weeks is what he's probably costing me by keeping him. But he can still get a hold here and there. It really depends on San Diego.
If you look at the save hold
Well,
points,
San Diego's been really hit and miss themselves as a team lately. I know, because I got Adams from over there, and he's the setup man, and he hasn't been getting points. So
Who's their main guy who's getting all the fucking shit?
well, Miller's got to be the closer now, right? Suarez or Miller?
me
No, Miller's not the closer.
So it's Suarez then.
talking.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm the one
I don't
that's
know.
got Miller. He
I
ain't
don't
getting
know.
shit. You know, he's never getting a chance to do that. He's getting eighth inning work, maybe sometimes seventh. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe every once in a while I'll get a win out of him, maybe a hold, but I can't give up on him because he's going to be a closer for somebody next year. I don't know if San Diego's just going to move off who they're using now and just like trade and work some shit in the offseason. Who knows? He might end up with somebody else in the offseason. I think he's
They're
still
gonna deal with one of the
controllable.
two guys. Well,
Was
they're
that?
gonna deal with one of the two guys. They got to deal with one guys. They're either gonna deal with him or their closer because they can't keep up this style. It's non-tenable. There's no they haven't been able to use it well,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
Now, San Diego, I think, needs to blow up the whole fucking thing and start over.
They could,
If they can
Probably.
get
they could
anybody
blow
to
up the
take
whole
those,
thing to this year all the way to the league championship. You know?
dude,
They're looking all
I
right.
know.
I think.
That's the thing.
I don't think there's anybody out there that'll take those fucking contracts.
Well,
Well, they
Miller's
got
not
big
costing
contracts.
anything
Yep.
yet.
Oh, yeah, Moncado, fucking shortstop,
Bogarts. Well,
Tatis.
those are sunk costs. There's nothing they can do about those now.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it's like if you're going to move them for prospects and rebuild because they've had these pieces in place for like 2, 3 years now. It's like if it's not going to happen this year, it's not going to happen at all. You know, the
Well,
shit doesn't work. You can't
Let's
just
see.
fucking
I
keep
mean,
running the same car down the road.
they'll just let Cease go in free agency and hope that they can fill that with Sears and Cortez and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
their
it's
position players. I think that
Well, what do you
they'll
guys?
probably have the same guys next year. You know,
Steve Darvish fucking
Well, what do you guys?
isn't he a free agent after this year?
no, he's signed for a few more years. I think the best thing that could happen would be Darvish just would decide to retire. Probably. You know.
I don't think so. Hold
For
on. I gotta look at that.
yeah.
I gotta look that
No,
up.
he's signed for a few more years, like at least 2 more after this.
Okay. Yes.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, I think he has two.
It could be 3 even, but
Well,
I
I was
say
just
it's at
gonna say
least
this
2.
while Jeff's looking up his while Jeff's looking up his stuff, I see the Pods and the Dodgers are back tied again. So who do you guys think on that? Do you think it's definitely going to be the Dodgers or just a probably?
I guess probably, you know. I mean, the Dodgers
Yeah,
are
I'd say probably. There's still a chance for the Padres
they're
because
getting their
Dodgers are too dysfunctional right now.
they're getting their pitchers healthy now, so they'll be hitting on all cylinders, barring any future injuries. But
All right, so you
Yeah,
Darvish has 3 more years left on his contract. You're
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
It doesn't expire until he's 41 years old. His salary increases in that last year if he wins the Cy Young Award between 2023 and 2027.
wow,
Wow. You never know with Japanese guys. They seem to have better longevity.
You know what though? He's 16 million next year. He was 21 this year, but he's 16 million next year and he's 15 million the next 2 years after that.
he's had a
What?
strange
It's
year
not too
too.
much comparatively.
No, he's not now because here's the thing: your fifth pitcher, your fourth or fifth pitcher is going to be around that,
Yeah, absolutely.
He's had a
and
That's not
he's
too
got a
much.
year.
wealth of knowledge. And why not? I mean, it's
Well,
actually beneficial for San Diego.
if they can figure out exactly what's wrong besides just age, who knows? Because lots of guys done it. Lots of guys done it.
Well, he's having to figure it out as
Like
we speak, and I think that
that
I wouldn't bet against him figuring it out, but he's got to be.
second, third burst of career.
Oh, sorry. I guess I was talking over you. You were like cutting out.
No. I would just I agree though. I agree. You were saying basically what I was saying is I do think he can figure it out. This would be a third act. So a lot of major league pitchers do not get a third act.
He's had
Second act, yes. Third
he's
act,
had
not necessarily.
bad start, good start the last four. So I think it's there. He's just got to get used to it. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah,
He's got to reinvent himself, kind of like what
yeah.
Verlander's had to do.
Consistency. Yep.
DeGrom, Scherzer, they've all had to change.
Oh yeah. DeGrom and Scherzer are great examples. Schilling did it late in his career. The king of it, of course, was Eckersley, but he had to change positions, but still. But yeah, Smoltz did it. So, yeah.
Oh,
What was the other thing? Oh, that's what I was going to say. So what do you guys think about the Cubs getting the wild card? A lock, a maybe, a probably?
I would still
Probably.
like to see. I would like to see the Brewers come back to earth and fucking have a terrible August, and I want to see the Cubs go on a holy fucking tear. And I want the Cubs to win the fucking division. That's what I want. I know
Yeah.
it's fucking not
I'd like
likely,
to see that
but
too.
it's fucking. There's weirder things that's happened on this fucking earth.
Really, right now, the Cubs can only miss it
Yeah. It's
if the Reds
5
go on a streak.
games.
You're less concerned with the Brewers now than the Reds, I think.
What, the
mean,
Reds are on a fucking streak? I haven't heard anything about them. Hey,
no, I'm
Gavin
saying
Sheets hit
that
a home
that's the
run.
team. That's the only team that can kick
No, the Reds
the
are
Cubs
the
out.
Reds are like 8 games.
The Cubs are
Look,
a
Yeah.
near lock for the
Well, I don't
postseason.
know. The Reds are eight games behind.
the Cubs went through a really bad fucking
Yeah,
funk,
that's
and
it.
it was
I
all the
think they're near
players at the
lock for the
same
postseason
time.
too.
And now we're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Now they're starting to come back out of it. You saw it with Tucker a couple of days ago. You saw it with Pete Crow Armstrong the last couple of
Yeah, it's like
days. He's starting to hit better and shit. You're starting to see the players play a little better, and they're coming out of that fucking funk. They all fucking slumped at the same time. At the same time,
yeah.
though, the Brewers were beating everything
Well,
in fucking sight and just playing fucking like, dude, they just got a bunch of young, hungry players on that team, is all they got. And they all want to fucking make their nut. And they're playing their asses off right now, and it's a
yeah.
great fucking team. Andrew
I
Vaughn,
think it was
it took him getting DFA'd or traded to fucking really open his eyes and say, "Hey, man, play fucking baseball." Anyway,
I think Vaughn, as I've said, several times,
Yeah.
Vaughn always in the past 2 years
No,
had hit
I
well, and he just wasn't hitting good for some reason. Like the raw stats were fine, and he just didn't perform. So I don't know. I mean, I guess the change of scenery certainly helped, but he's always been the player that the advanced analytics points to, like, oh, this guy should be better than he is, that kind of thing. So it's not a shock. It's not like he's a bum and then just like turned it on. That's why I think
right.
people are confident that he will continue to be good, and maybe not this good, but you know. And Tucker, I wish that they would
Well, the Brewers as a
I wish
team,
wish they would.
Yelich was doing back what he could do again.
Was it?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Tucker has
I
been
just
playing
said
with
go
a
ahead. I'm sorry.
hairline fracture in his hand. So
yeah,
even if they don't want to divulge this to the rest of the league, I wish that they would have some secret fantasy league player portal that they could, like, because like somebody like me, I'd be like, oh, he's just going through it. That's ridiculous. He's still a good player. But you don't know if he has a broken bone in his hand, then that might change your opinion slightly.
here's the thing, though. I know they want to. I mean, he's in a contract year. I get
Oh,
that's why
absolutely.
he did what he did. But when you're hurt and it's fucking you up, you can't keep going with it. At one point or another, you got to say, "I need a couple days rest. My fucking finger's fucked up." And but that got to the
Yeah, it's
point where
dereliction of duty.
it's
It's
hurting the whole
dereliction of duty
fucking
not
team.
to report that.
It's hurting the
Right.
team.
It's
And when he
selfish.
starts slumping,
It's selfish.
well, exactly. And then when he starts slumping, then you got fucking other people trying to pick it up and getting stressed out. They start slumping. And I think it was the thing
Yeah.
that led to a big fucking slump for the Cubs. And if you just would have just taken a couple days off and let it heal, we wouldn't be at this situation right now, maybe. I don't know.
It's a
Yeah.
fine line,
But
though, right? Because, like, you like a guy that's trying to play through an injury on one hand.
you do.
Like Lindor broke his finger in a hotel room door, and he missed one game, I think. This is last year. So you like that.
Depends on
You
which
like,
finger it was.
well,
If it was his pinky
Well,
finger on his
it
fucking
just
catching hand,
yeah, I don't remember what
right.
it was. But I mean,
you know,
Well,
on
it's
one
just
hand, you
like I
like
was.
you will
If it
say
just
bad things about players, like, he wouldn't play with a you know slight strain of the so. But yeah, in Tucker's case,
that's what I was referring to earlier with Salvador Perez. How I always love Salvador Perez because he never goes down for hardly at any amount of length, and he'll get real serious injuries and keep on playing. But the one thing is he still plays well. Like when he came back from the other day, he says, "Oh yeah, he's got a broken finger on his throwing hand." And he threw out a guy that game, and then he hit a home run and a double. But he's got a broken finger in his throwing hand. But so the guy obviously is just an animal level of strength, toughness. But when you're talking like with Tucker, that's when it, like Jeff said, it becomes contagious and it starts affecting your other fellow players because they're trying to step up, they try to pick up, and then they press, and then all of a sudden they went from 2-4 to 0-4, or they went
yeah.
from a base on balls that turns into a strikeout instead because they're trying to make something happen, and so on and so on. It's a poor thing for the whole team. And then not only that, but then and this has happened a million times in the past, when the offense stops scoring, then the pitchers press because they feel like, oh, I can't give up a single run because I'm going to lose this fucking game. And so then
And
they
you're in a
start having
downward
to
spiral.
throw balls over the plate. Yes,
Yeah.
as a team. Defensively, offensively, leads to bad pitching, leads to. And I think that's what happened to the Cubs. And I don't know if their ship is fully righted yet, but I do think their ship is on the right course now again. And I do think that they are a lock for the playoffs, as Lou said. But how much of a lock, we'll see whether they can pull some magic and get past the Brewers, I don't know. I'd say that's 50-50, not even 50-50. I'd say that's 30% chance tops, but
You know what? I don't know
that's
if
my
like
opinion.
Craig Counsell has ever seen like a drought like that in his offense in any team he's ever fucking coached. I mean, that was pretty pitiful.
I
That
don't
was
think the
tough.
Brewers had great offense
Well,
when they had that great pitching staff.
yeah.
When they had the top
Well,
three.
did you see what the Brewers did over that same period? They were like 21 and 21 out of 24 wins.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah,
that's that's an unbelievable run.
bad combo.
Unbelievable.
Remember the
And
Brewers?
ridiculous.
not
The
that, but
Brewers were
they
the
got the
team that
ghost of Bob. They got the I just was saying they
Most of
got the
Bob
ghost of Bob
Euchre
Euchre, and
fucking
that can't be
fueling them.
understated. Yeah, that can't be understated. The ghost of Bob Euchre, for Christ's sake.
the Brewers were
So
the team that
yeah.
opened that the season in Yankee Stadium and lost like 100-3. And they had the torpedo bats, all the stuff like nobody talks about. I
Right.
haven't heard anybody mention torpedo bats in a couple of months at least now.
Stopped in
No.
like May.
Like, oh, should they be banned? All this stuff.
That happened like it was like the third week of April through the second week of May, and then you didn't hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that also just
Yahoo.
shows you how much of baseball is mentally based. If I think my bats are giving me certain magic, it gives me certain magic, whether it does or not. It just shows you it's
Right.
all a mental game. And I can't tell you, honestly, in real life too, I can't tell you how sorry, Normie, but I can't tell you how much I love that the Yankees are in fucking third. That just tickles me. It makes me feel wonderful. If nothing else, the Yankees being in third place, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All that money, I just have to laugh.
Yeah, they'll still
And
be all
Toronto in
right.
first. Who would have guessed?
They'll still be all right, but I don't know if they can do anything in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
they'll be
Oh,
fine.
Toronto? Yeah, no. They don't have the pitching. They don't have the pitching. And their offense is too limited to a few guys. It's double, and we all seen that in the past too. When teams get in on the power of three different offensive guys, all you got to do is shut down those three guys. It's happened time and time again in the playoffs, and that's how Toronto kind of is right now. It's three offensive guys. Granted, they rotate a little bit, but they're always Vladdy and then two others. Uh, but yeah, they got issues. I don't know how far they get. I agree, Lou.
Hey, can I bring
Blue
something
Jays, that
up?
is.
Can I bring up the fact that like the
I'm
White
not going to
Sox
stop
are
you.
actually starting to right their ship? Have you seen some teams and like
I know it's pretty
what
amazing.
they like since middle of the season? Things kind of click.
Since they played the
Once
Cubs.
Colston,
Since they played the Cubs.
well, yeah, that's true. But once Colston Montgomery come up and he started playing the way he did, he energized that team. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, they have had a nice run since like late June. They've been pretty
Yep.
damn good. And I swear to God, I
Yeah.
think they're probably over 500 since late June.
I wouldn't.
I'll
Well,
say
they're
that
at least close to it.
I'll say they're still under.
So
Hold on a second. Let me take a look here.
Definitely playing that bad.
yeah. Oh, as
I
a
have
team, they are
well,
under,
you
but
stop
I
damn
think they're
computer
getting
in front
close
of
to
me.
500. Since June, since the end of June. Since the end of June, they're close. But yeah, no, they're still way under 500. So their winning percentage is 366 right now. I'm looking at it. So not since
They're
June, but as a
47 and
season.
83.
And that's not good.
83. No, that's not good at all.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, what were they over the last fucking 20 games? I thought they won more games than that. What the fuck?
Just in
Well, it's
comparison.
because they've done all of it lately. They've done all of it lately. That's why.
Oh,
Since
you
the
know
end of
what?
July, you're right,
You know
Jeff.
why it makes me
July and
think they're
August look
winning
good for
so
them, but
goddamn
only in
much?
comparison.
Because they have Colorado
What?
there that's like lost 10 games more than they
Yeah.
have.
No, Colorado, I think I
Colorado's done better.
saw the last 30 games, they were 9 and 21, Colorado was. So I saw that on MLB tonight, last night, or night before. So they're doing poorly.
I think the White Sox will maybe get to maybe 60 games, 60 wins. The way they're
I'm
playing
sure they
now,
will.
This
Matter
I
of fact.
think 60 wins and 102 losses, but it's a lot better than they did last year.
They won't get to
And I
60.
think they're in the right. What I'm saying is, I
You don't
think they're
think
in the
so, though?
right.
I don't think so.
I think
I
they're in
think
the
the
right
58,
path.
58 through 60. I think it's just right. They could get 60, but my prediction is 58 though. I
I'll
bet
I
take
they're
like
going
to
to
anywhere
get
get
on both
58
both
sides.
wins.
better. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna
Anywhere
go
on both sides.
refresh my drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What's
Let's
the
see. I'm
record right
looking at
now?
some of the other teams here. Oh, I'm so disappointed in the Twins, though. Oh my gosh,
You said
so
they're
disappointed in the
37-83
Twins.
right now?
No, Sox are 48 and 83. They
48
apparently
and
won
83.
today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think they'll make 58. 60 is a possibility, but 58 is my prediction.
Yeah, no, they could definitely get to 60. Sorry, I
Um,
misheard it.
no, that's all right. Uh, yeah, look, but the Twins are disappointing. 59 and 72 this year. Two wins out of the last 10. Cleveland sucking hind titty, one win out of the last 10. Terrible.
But
Just slipped below 500.
when are the Sox going to try to improve? And I don't think that they're going to think that next year is the year that we're going to sign some big
Now,
guy. I
I
think it's going to
I
be more of
think
the same. Like they'll be better, but just
yes,
incrementally,
I agree.
like
I
a
think they're going to
65
try to
win
make
team.
one. I think they're going to make one big signing for next year, and that'll be it. Whether it's offense or defense, I don't know, and I don't even think they know nor care. They're
It
going to have
won't be
one big
pitching.
signing
I
so they can
doubt it
prove to
would
their
be
fans,
pitching.
see, we're trying. And then they're going to do just like you said. They're going to try for more of the same. And then the year after, they're going to start to try to rebuild, and they're going to try for the year after that. So I think it's going to be 3 years. They're going to get serious. But next year is going to be more of the same with one big signing just to prove
I
to
don't
their
even think
fans
that there's
that
going to
they're
be a
not
big
giving up.
signing next year. It doesn't make much sense.
I almost guarantee you there will be. Reinsdorf is too embarrassed about the Bulls and the Sox, so he has to make some sort of sign of faith with Chicago to show that he's serious. And it's only going to be one guy, and he'll be a big name. And it doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, as long as it's somebody that's big and relatively cheap, and then that'll be it. Then they'll keep the
Maybe like a middling right
same bunch of
fielder or
years.
something like that. I could see something
Well,
like
not
that.
even a
Maybe.
middling. I think
Well,
they'll
the other
even
thing with the
take.
White Sox is they have a bunch of prospects that are ready to fucking pop right now. I mean, you've got two pitchers, Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz, who are right about to take that step and add to this pitching staff, you know. And then you've got Braden Montgomery that they got from the Red Sox still. He's playing on the outfield too. So here's the thing. If they trade Luis Robert and get a couple players for him, or, you know,
Jeff, what we were actually talking about, I agree
oh,
with
I,
your
I totally,
assessment, but what we were actually talking about was Lou said it's probably going to be more of the same for next year with the Sox. And then the year after that, they're going to make a minor move or a slight move. And then we'll see from there. Where my prediction is
No, I didn't say any of those last two
Reinsdorf
things. I just said for next year. I just
I
said for
thought you did.
next year. I just think it's
No,
going to
I
be more
thought
of
you
the
said
same
the year
next
after.
year.
I thought they were going to make a minor move. I thought you said a minor move for the year after. Anyway, we'll go back to the tape and find out. Anyway,
no, I agree
what
with
my
that though,
prediction
because
was
they
they're going to
probably
try to.
will. They probably will, but they've got all these young
Well,
guys
my
that they're ready to fucking spring here in the next year.
yeah.
So,
Well, my prediction though is that they're not going to make any moves either. But what they will do is sign a low-level, top-tier guy just to prove that, see, Chicago, we're trying. And we're going to try. And it doesn't matter who it is. He just has to be, quote unquote, good and cheap. And then they're going to sign him for 1 year to prove that they're serious. And then they're going to do nothing else. And the same thing goes to the next year and not even have that guy
I
anymore.
don't think that
And
they'll
then the
sign.
third year, they're really going to start trying.
I
you
mean,
know
I
what? I gotta
guess
check and
maybe
see
like a
when
Benintendi
Benintendi.
level guy, but I don't even think that the thing that works
Well,
against that the
I,
thing that works against them for as far as signing somebody is that they don't have like a glaring weakness that stands out. Like the whole roster is just kind of homogenized. It's like there's not really. I mean, catchers they're all set, obviously, but other
That's
than that,
why that's why it very well could be a pitcher then, because you can always use pitching. So I
no, it
think
won't
that
be a
might even be a
pitcher. That's
guy.
what they
It
have.
might even be a guy. It might even be a guy like a Darvish, like we were just talking, or
No, that would never
um,
happen. That would
I'm
never
trying to think of
happen.
another example. You watch. I almost guarantee you they will, because that's how Reinsdorf operates. He has to make some grand gesture of how much he loves and cares and is not giving up, but it's always a bullshit gesture. It never works out, but it's a
Yeah,
grand gesture.
I think so. I'm
I
gonna
think,
I'm gonna go on the side of that they really do nothing, which actually in their situation would
yeah,
probably be better than wasting it on
yeah.
one guy.
I agree as well that it's better than that, but I'm just saying that's what they're going to do. I'm not saying it's a smart move by any means. As a matter of fact, I agree with you. It's the opposite of a smart move. I just think that's what they're going to do, though. So is to try to prove something, quote unquote.
Right.
So,
I could see him bringing in maybe
and
like a middling outfielder. That's it.
Well, they have 2 years left on Benintendi's contract. I mean, they're at 17 million and 15 million, I believe the last two remaining years are.
I really don't think they should have let Vaughn go, but you know, but
Well,
they like
here's the fucking
Savali.
thing though, man. You got old school poison on that team, and you gotta fucking get rid of all of it. You know? I mean, there was some like from what I everything that like people say or what you hear is that once Abreu left that locker room, then it was like kind of a free for all. It's like everybody's like true shit came out and everybody split up and it didn't keep the team together. You know what I mean? So they had no leadership. They thought Tim Anderson was going to be that guy and he wasn't that guy.
He's
no,
like
it's the opposite of
Jackie.
that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
He's doing Jackie Robinson's career in reverse. He's like ending it as an unsigned player.
yeah.
right. Hey, I'm gonna refresh my drink. I'll be back.
All right.
All right,
And then I got about 15 minutes left in me.
that
Sorry to
All
sounds
right,
say.
buddy.
good.
Okay.
All right. Well, the save hold stuff. I just wanted to point out that
You can talk about me now. I hear you.
Satch and the Knockers are the top two. So I think
Dude, your Mets are
that's indicative of
you're
something, right?
right. Your Mets are crushing it tonight. You're beating the fuck out of the Phillies,
Oh
13 to
wow,
3.
wow. No, that game was tight when I left.
Oh, yeah, no, you guys went off like fourth inning, three, fifth inning, one, sixth inning, two, seventh inning, four, eighth inning, three. It's like Jesus Christ,
Man,
man.
they needed that game. The Phillies are the Mets. It's like what the Brewers are to the Cubs. So the Mets are seven back.
But here's the fucking thing. You look at it, it's like it's all the bottom of the order. Right? It's like Luis Torrens must have like a fuck ton of points. But like you look at the top of the order, there's not much there. Lindor's 0 for 6.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Somebody swooped in and picked up Torres. I don't know if it was Bizzotti, but when they heard that Alvarez was getting hurt again, I noticed the next day somebody picked up Torrens.
Yeah.
That was a smart pickup. Whoever that was, I don't know exactly who it was. But, he's done well in his limited. The Cubs have had that too, right? Their catchers that are getting limited opportunities have done well. Torrens has done well.
Absolutely.
Historically, he hasn't been much of a powerhouse, but he's done well this year, and he's good defensively. He's good at throwing guys out, so he's a good defensive catcher too. If you hit enough, if you keep your OPS 600 or so above 600, and you're good defensively, you can play. You can have a long career.
As long as you play at catcher, I mean, if you're playing more than you're not playing, that's the biggest key. If you got a couple of guys that can like play like 75% of the time, and hopefully they kind of match up a little differently, and you're constantly getting position at catcher, instead of two people being out at the same time. That's the best.
So Jeff, you have to
Having
be a
that
new.
third guy too, but sometimes it's just like it falls that where you're still only being able to put one catcher in because two guys are out at the same time.
You got to be a new fan of the prediction model, right? It's got the daddies moving up to king of the off season.
King of the offseason. Oh, being fifth?
Yeah, and only four
Well,
games out of
that's like my that's my happy accident. I'm still want to like get fourth or third.
only
You
four
know,
games out of the
I don't
money.
expect to get second or first, but
Only 4 games out of the money, according to this. That's really nothing.
I'm not that far out of third place. So if I have a couple good weeks and they don't have so good weeks, I mean, who knows?
It has you 15 and 15 the rest of the year. So if you do that, if you do 19 and 11, you would tie the cows, according to this.
Oh, it's up to the ponies now. They gotta fucking play.
So yeah, down the stretch, it says that Waite will go 21 and 9 and Satch will go 20 and 10. So Satch will finish 7 games out, but we'll see. I mean, these are worth not much. A disastrous week. 6-0 for Satch, 1-5 for Waite, and it's all different. I feel bad. I mean, I feel sorry for Waite in one way. I mean, most ways, obviously, they're having a great year, but at least this time of the year, the gags are what 72, 83. So yeah, I'm trying to go up here, but I don't care really. Like if my guy gets shelled, I'm not like you know
Right.
dwelling on it too much. But wait, he's got to be dying with every start, right? And
Oh, those fucking bad starts, man. I tell you what, if they come at the worst fucking time, usually when you get a really bad start, it's probably towards the end of the week or right at the beginning of the week. It's usually for me anyway. I mean, there's some days it's like on a Monday, all of a sudden you get like a minus 17. And you're just like, God damn it, I gotta come all the way back this whole week to fucking like make that up.
I think the
Oh,
worst the worst day is like when you have like 4 starters go, which I had on Saturday or Sunday, and the first 3 guys went, and I got like 4 points combined, or something like that,
oh,
But then I did have a good
brutal.
start the last start, but when you're really excited, oh man, I got 4 guys going, all right, and you end up with like less than 10 points from those 4 guys. That's not too good.
My pitching's actually
I
been not too
know.
bad lately. I don't know. Did you
Nothing
go to the
worse.
pitching stats?
Nothing worse.
What
Have
would
you
you say?
gone to the pitching stats?
Would you say, Chad?
I,
Is he stuck?
We've done some of them. Hello?
Yeah,
Do you see me?
yeah.
Okay.
the wind must be blowing
Oh,
hard.
I'm just saying. That's the thing. This friggin' internet here, it can't get more primitive. We get it what's something called line of sight internet, where I get it beamed to me from a grain bin that's about 3 miles away. I'm not shitting you. It's called line of sight, and that comes from a outlet that's about 35 miles away, going from treetop to grain bin to
Oh
water
shit!
tower to me.
We joked about this
Jeez.
No, it
before.
literally
Like
is primitive.
Arnold the
It's
pig is
one
on a
step.
treadmill behind the silo, right?
It is. It's one step above two cans in a string. So, oh, terrible. One step. Anyway, so or we could give the little Fuhrer a bunch of money, and I could get Starlink for like 280 a month. But no, thank you. 280. I get like $58 right now. So it's yeah.
Are you
But you get what
on?
you pay for, and I get $58 worth. So
Oy, oy, oy.
Jeff, can you see
am
Chad?
I? I'm here.
I can't see his
Oh,
screen. Oh,
there he
there
is.
he
There
is.
he is.
Oy.
Jeff, I mean, Chad, you look like
This
you're
is
at like
me.
you're doing the podcast from like the Antarctic weather station or something.
Yeah, what's with that little like fuzzy
You're
fucking
not far from the
background and
truth
shit?
there, me lad.
He just doesn't
You're
want the
not
government
far
to
from the
know
truth.
how
No,
much.
that's Janine because she does her doctorate.
I was like,
Oh, you
I didn't think
mispronounced that. It's government. So it's government.
you,
Government.
No,
you
but
don't
Janine,
want.
this is what she uses for her clients and stuff. So yeah, she doesn't want can't be identifiable. HIPAA, all that stuff.
Well, you just don't want to see the government know how many eggs you have behind you.
Exactly. And there's rows and
That guy is
racks
not
and
paying his
shit back there.
taxes.
Yeah. What is that? 14, 16, 18, 28 dozen. What the fuck?
Look at all those peppers.
That's a buck and a quarter a carton. What the hell? Yeah,
So Chad,
exactly.
we bought
How
some
was
new.
your garden this year, Lou? Did you do anything with it at all?
I was going to tell you
Go
that
ahead.
we bought some
I
new chickens
just
and
asked how your garden was this year. Did you do anything with it at all?
I didn't get that.
You did.
He asked you what
Did you
you did for your
freeze?
garden.
Oh, I just said, oh, you did.
I was telling you that we got new chickens this year, but two of them were roosters. So we were I don't know what we're going to do, but
Oh,
we're kind of integrating the flock right now because they're going to move down there probably this weekend. And right now they're just
right.
all in our garage. We got like a little pen set up in the garage.
Yeah.
Let me
But
ask you this: do you like the taste of cock?
so we're integrating them, but they're being the one is being really rough with the chickens, like real rapey. So
Just
I
Oh
used
no, they get very rapey.
I used
So
your
the
advice, by
rapier
the way,
one,
though. I pick the one up in hopes that it'll emasculate him a little bit, like and carry him around.
yeah,
So,
good. Did it work?
I don't know.
Did it work at
I
all?
don't know.
Oh, sometimes you gotta pick them up for an hour or hour and a half. Just carry them around with you while you're doing your chores and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's like five
If you
minutes
have an hour and a
tops.
half worth of chores,
talking
yeah,
about like
see, that's not long
roosters?
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were supposed to be chickens. We've never had that before. We've got chickens like 3 or 4 times before, and we've never gotten a rooster. Now we got two.
Well, you can give one to a neighbor that eats poultry, and they'll eat them, and then have the other one be the head rooster. That way you'll have less
One right now
acrimony.
is the head rooster, and the other one is the sub rooster. The beta rooster. But
Oh, that's how they do it. That's how they do it.
yeah, we might keep them
Or you,
both. We'll see how it works
Well, I
out.
have,
or you have your favorite and then you just eat the other one.
yeah, you can. We have a no kill policy here, but yeah, I have 6 roosters now, but it just so happens that 2 of them mysteriously disappeared at the neighbor's place. So, but it's not so mysterious as to actually what happened to them, but their disappearance was mysterious. So,
Um, they
they
have some
are
good looking
homesteader
legs on
types.
them.
So yeah, they ended up in some stew pots. So,
Yeah.
but
What is your
you got
mix?
to do it when they're less than 2 years.
What is your
What?
mix of roosters to chickens?
Usually I do 1 rooster per 20 chickens.
Oh, geez, yeah,
1 per 20.
yeah. We've got too many. We don't have that many
Yeah.
chickens.
No.
You couldn't prove it
Well,
though, could you?
how many hens do you have?
We
Or
only
how
have
many hens will you have?
we'll have six.
Now, see, those hens are going to get humped to death because they're going to hump them every chance they get. So you got to get down to 1 rooster there because otherwise the hens will be too abused
I'll tell Diane.
because they're pretty rough. They're pretty rough. Tell Diane because a lot of times they're like, oh, we can't get rid of him. He's this, that, or the other thing. Well, then tell them those hens are just going to get humped to death. And then she'll go, okay, yeah, we'll get rid of them. So,
Okay.
because they don't want to
I
see
say
them
use one for
end up poorly.
cockfighting and the other one for fucking.
Should we get rid of the one that's dominant?
Get rid of the whichever one you like better. I sorry, like worse. You get rid of the one that you like least. Because if you got that many roosters, the recessive one will then turn into the dominant one. But if he's more gentle with the ladies and treats them better, use the one that's more gentle because you don't have to worry about predators as much. So just keep the one that's more gentle.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. Jeez.
I said, look at here, boy. We gotta take care of the
Yeah.
lady.
Well, I'll send you some advice, Lou, on off camera. And but yeah, there's things you can do. There's things you can do. But yeah, when that advice of picking them up, that you need to do that for like 30 minutes.
What is that?
But see, I'm out. I said that advice about I gave you about picking up the rooster to calm him
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to make him more gentle. You got to do it for like 30 minutes at a time, though.
yeah.
You got to really show up with boss. And see, I'm outside for 12, 14 hours a day, so 30 minutes ain't nothing to me. So
I mean,
I've held them. I've held on. Go
those
ahead.
two roosters are in with the two chickens right now.
No, that's fine. That's fine for that to happen. That's fine.
But we're gonna mix the
It's
four
fine for
with the
them.
four.
No, it's fine for them to commingle. Nothing's going to happen.
And then they live
They
together.
might duke it out. No, they might duke it out a little bit. I know they live together. That's fine for that to happen.
But they're not with the other four. The old girls, they're
It's
not with them yet.
it's fine even if you put them with the old girls. The old girls will teach them a couple lessons,
But
show them the
you're
ways of the
saying it's
world.
too many roosters though.
Yeah, it will be because those two roosters will be always competing for the girls. So they're going to get some bare spots on their shoulder blades from the roosters jumping on them so much and humping them
All right, I'll tell
for
Diane.
real. Yeah, they'll just pester them too much. They'll pester them too much.
Is it good to keep one?
Yeah, it is good to keep one. He won't make any money, but the ladies will fight less if he's around because he keeps order. He doesn't let the broads fight each other. And then the second thing is he always keeps an eye out for hawks, coyotes, foxes. He's really good at that. Even a shitty rooster is usually pretty good at that. And
He's a
not that,
guard
but he's
dog.
usually yeah. Well, if you got a guard dog, that's a different story. But we never had good luck with guard dogs out here. So, but they're good at watching for predators.
Yeah, no, I saw that even when they were pretty young,
Yeah,
that he alerted
they
the flock to like, we didn't even know what was going on.
yeah.
They,
Well, they make certain noises that I know what they are. Like there's three different alarm calls they do. One alarm call means there's danger on the ground. One alarm call means there's danger from the sky. Another alarm call is just a general alarm, like, oh, heads up, watch out. Listen for further orders. And I'll even mimic some of the calls so I can make them do what I want too. But now that I'm down to one eyeball, literally, um, well, vision wise, metaphorically, then I
not
guess,
literally.
uh, I will hear that call and my head will be up spinning. I look like a friggin' World War II civil defense guy, because I got my head spinning on a top when I hear that alarm call. I was like, oh, there ain't nothing up there. And then sure enough, oh shit, there it is. It's
Can
right
you
over our
train?
heads. What the
Can you
fuck?
train them to alert you like when a game's just about to start and your catcher's not starting?
Oh, if only,
That's what I
if
really
only.
need. That's
A
what I
couple
really
of
need.
smart ones probably could. I probably could. So, a couple of smart ones will come when I call them. They actually will. A couple of smart roosters. But I don't know about non-starting catchers, though. I think that's just the next step. How much harder can that be than coming when you call their name and then non-starting catchers?
We need
I'll
some
have to I
AI
have to try.
chickens.
Yeah, right. He's already pretty good at shagging flies, though, shagging fly balls for me. So I don't. That's probably the next step. So.
I'm so glad
No,
that
my
we were.
jokes are falling flat today. I'm breaking up too much.
I'm so glad that we were out at your farm a year and a half ago because I can visualize.
Yeah.
When you talk about the farm, I can visualize. Where it's happening.
Yep. Yeah, what's going on? Where the magic is made. Yes. Yep, I agree.
How many
I had a real
roosters
good
do you have now?
six. Six.
No shit. I think
Yep.
when we
I
were
got
out there,
100.
you had like 5 or 4.
Yeah, I had five.
You got 130
I got an
chickens
extra
now?
one now. About 136.
136. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Do the
That's a lot.
roosters fight each other?
Oh yeah. Usually the fights usually only last about like 2 or 3 minutes. But when number one fights number two, or number two fights number three, shit, it'll go on for a while. One of my favorite rooster fought that big black rooster in my BBC when he took over as top dog, and he fought Goth Chicken, who was the previous number one rooster. They fought for a day and a half, and they'd quit sometimes. They'd just be soaking and dripping blood. I mean, soaked.
Oh
And
shit!
I tried to make them stop twice by taking a blanket out there and holding up a blanket so they couldn't see each other and standing in between them. So they'd stop fighting, and they
That's
would,
a
because they couldn't
that's
see each
the
other, out of sight, out of mind.
that's like
And then
Satch
that worked.
and weight, right? Barely equivalent.
Right, exactly. So they would stop for about 20 minutes. The next time I turn my back, there's all kinds of screaming, and I mean chicken screaming. They're screaming going on. I look back over there, and boy, are they battling. They'll jump 5, 6 feet up in the air, tangle, talons, and you see how big their talons are. Talons, beaks, feathers, beating each other with wings. It's crazy.
What happens?
What
Yeah.
if what if you here? What if you would have like taken both chickens out of the cycle and just pulled them out and put them in cat carriers, whatever, did the fucking medical on them and shit, and just left them separated in isolation apart from one another for a little
I
while
think they would
and
have.
let the rest
I
of the
think they
flock
would
do
have
their
battled
thing?
each other.
What would you
Well,
think
I
would
think they would have
happen there?
battled each other as soon as they came back. I think they would have battled each other as soon as I reintroduced them. Or then would even have been a bigger fight. Number three and number four would have been like, holy shit, we're top dogs now. Woohoo.
Yeah,
And then they would
exactly.
have to fight all three of them. And it would have just been a battle royale. It would have been like Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Brody versus the Crusher.
And this
So
is
it
the
would have been
type of shit
crazy.
you have to
But
videotape and put it online.
What happens with the
yeah,
eggs if you have a
I
rooster
know. I
present?
know.
Do you still get all the eggs? Like some of them are babies
Oh,
then, right?
yeah, no, no. No, no, no. The eggs will be fertilized, but the babies don't start developing for 2 days, and a chicken has to be sitting on them for all 2 days. So all you
Oh,
gotta do is
okay.
just make sure you gather your eggs every day or every other day.
Right,
They'll
right,
still
right.
be fine.
Oh, good,
But
good.
just don't lose any, which I've done before, where I'm like, shit, man, they're not laying many eggs. And I'll look, and there's be like a secret stash of 5 or 6 eggs, and chicken sitting out. And I'll be like, fuck. So then I gotta let her keep sitting there. But what I do is I take a magic marker and I put a little mark on that egg so I don't accidentally pick it up. And I accidentally deliver it to a customer, and I'll do that, and then I'll see if she can hatch them naturally. And that's worked once or twice. As a matter of fact, one of the roosters I got now, I raised from an egg. His name is Lucky. That's why I call him Lucky. And he's actually the number two rooster right now, and he's probably going to be number one soon enough. So,
I've never had
He's
but
the
oh,
chicken,
as
lucky.
a matter of
but
fact,
back in the 80s,
yeah.
my bandmate said he cracked open an egg and there was like legs in it or whatever.
Oh,
That
see, I've cracked open one by accident before I knew about that stuff, and I was just like, holy shit! Oh, thank God this went to me and not a customer. So, because there's no way anybody's going, oh, I'll just try this one. This one's bound to be better. No, that's a losing a customer egg. So,
I've never
but
had
oh,
that
when I was telling
happen.
you, now,
All the eggs I
yeah,
cracked open in my life, I've never had that happen.
no, I only did it because I wasn't checking my eggs all the time at that time. And it was a winter one time, and they'd hidden this egg, and I forgot to check it ahead of time. But there's ways also, Lou, to look at it with a flashlight that you can tell if there's anything going on the inside.
Hmm.
And I'll show you how to do that next time you come over. But there's tricks. It's called candling. You can check an egg ahead of time. Oh, but on my previous story, and then I got to wrap her up. But on my previous story with those two roosters of Goth chicken and Professor Hawking were fighting that time, the BBC. And when they fought for a day and a half, uh, Goth Chicken, he actually won the first two fights. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy for you because he was my favorite rooster at all times. He was gentle, he was a great provider. He could spot bad guys from a mile away. Where Professor Hawking was kind of like George Costanza. He's always bullying his way around, and he always take the best stuff and stuff like that. Well, anyway, so Goth Chicken won the first two fights. And I was so proud of him. And then I said, all right, well, at least you won't have to worry about him for a while longer. But then, sure enough, like a half a day later, they start in again. And I was like, oh, the professor's too beat up. Because then two of the other roosters took advantage of the Goth Chicken being so wounded, and they tried to take a crack at him. So he was in 6 fights over a 2 day period. And that's just too many for any man nor beast.
It's like the fall of the
And he's
Roman
bound to
Empire.
lose one. All it takes, yep, all it takes is losing once. You don't have to lose twice in the chicken game. You just lose once and you're done. You're on the scrap pile.
Like, I
So
got a shot. I got a shot.
yeah, I'm a contender.
It could have
Instead
been
of a
something
bum.
instead of a
No, but
bum.
I'd love to give him to another. I'd love to give him to another chicken raiser because I'd love for him to get his own flock again because he deserves it. He was a great rooster. I mean, he was really good at his job. And the professor's good. He's the new number one. He's good, but he's just a little bit of a bonehead. He's a jock. So
I don't know.
so there we are. Peyton Place at Chili Trout Farm.
I wish she had I wish we could see pictures of them. I really do.
Well, I'll send you a couple pictures when I get off of here, and you can post them to on the beer stuff. And uh, but um, but I'll send you a picture of the top three of Goth Chicken, of the Professor, and of Lucky. So, all right, pals. I'm sorry my internet was so wonky tonight, though. It's just some
No, it's
days
all
it's bad,
good.
and today happened to be one of the days. Ah, it sucks because I had a few good jokes in there, but I didn't have a receptive audience. So, you know, it's
Maybe the
tough
jokes just
landing
were no
jokes when
good.
you're skipping. Well, I don't think there's much chance of that. I'm pretty sure they're awesome. Everyone's a winner. I was pretty sure. So, all right. I love you, cats. Talk to you soon and good luck for what little year there is left.
All right, buddy. I'll see you.
Thanks for coming on, Chad.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. And expect some indecent, or actually some decent cock pictures coming for poultry pictures. Sorry, I should have clarified. Some decent poultry pictures coming momentarily. All right. See you.
Sending cock shots now. Oy, 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 oy. Another Monday in the books.
Yeah, not too bad. Not a ridiculous length.
No, no. That's good to talk to Chad. It's always good to talk to Chad. God damn, that guy's got too much on his plate. Yeah. So how you feel about your Mets right now?
Uh, I'm not. I'm not big into it.
No.
We'll see what happens. I could see it going any number of ways. I don't have a good feeling. I don't have a strong feeling anyway.
I think Raleigh's home run tonight was his 50th.
He should be, and he probably is with Judge's injury right now. I think Raleigh will win the MVP unless he goes in the tank.
He's got to. I mean, really, seriously. What does Judge got right now?
I think the writers will enjoy giving it to a catcher because catchers win so infrequently, right? How many MVP catchers have there been? I mean, I can't really. I'm sure Bench won. I don't know if Piazza ever did.
Oh, he catches a lot too. So he's like catching all the fucking
He's
games.
a good catcher too. It's not like he's
Yeah.
like some offensive catcher. There's people that think that he's the best defensive catcher. I mean,
Well, you know what?
Patrick Bailey and those guys, but
With Cal Raleigh, I think we're looking at our this kind of like generation's Johnny Bench.
if he hits like this, it's even better than Bench. Bench never had an offensive season like this.
Right. But Bench was probably a better defensive catcher.
they actually ranked catching seasons tonight on MLB Now, and Raleigh is he's in the top 10 or whatever it is. But there's been a lot of seasons that are WRC plus, so it's adjusted for year and ballpark and all that kind of stuff. But Piazza had three of those top, if it was 10, and it were 3 years in a row: 95, 96, 97. Joe Mauer was up there, 2012. I think Posey might have been on there. No, I already said Mauer. Javi Lopez, I think, was on there. We had 1 year. Trying to think who else, but Bench wasn't on there for those top years.
All right, check this out. So Chad just sent me this. This is Goth Chicken. Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's too much reflection. You can't really. Okay, yeah, I got it.
All right, so that's Goth Chicken he was talking about.
That's number 2, right?
Well, that's the one that was in charge. So this one was in charge before, but got overthrown by
It's too much reflection.
I know. I'm trying now.
That's all right. I think he's sending them to me too.
Oh, here we go. No, here we go. Oh, anyway, that motherfucker came in and stole them. Oh. No, he came in, took care of Goth Chicken, and now we have that motherfucker's got a big old red face too.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Diane right after this because we have to get rid of one.
Really?
I might have a coworker that she has chickens. She has like 30 chickens, and she might take a rooster, although she sort of backed out of that last time I talked to her. So I don't know. We've got other friends that would take the chicken, but the rooster, but they would kill it. They would eat it. So I don't know.
Sorry.
All right. So next Monday looks like it's Labor Day. Looks like we'll be on with Norm unless something changes.
I hope so. I haven't seen Norm in a while.
He was on with us Memorial Day.
So I know.
He's
That's what, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
God, it's almost like the summer's almost over.
Yeah.
I mean, for my business, being in beer and everything, it's basically St. Patrick's Day to Labor Day. And then things kind of mellow out.
Until
Kids go to school, they're in the fucking process and shit, and then throughout a little bit.
And Halloween through New Year's has got to be good. Halloween through like Super Bowl's got
Halloween, yeah, you get your little push of Halloween, and then you get a little push around Thanksgiving. That Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But, December you get a little bit of office parties and stuff like that going on. Just Christmas parties, people renting places out. But for the most part, I mean, it's not nearly as much as we pump through downtown, in the summertime. And there's shit going on like Lollapalooza and the race and the Aaron Waters show and all that shit.
The Aaron Rodgers show? What did you say?
Aaron Waters show. Aaron Rodgers show. Aaron Waters show.
Oh, okay.
So, but hey, I'm gonna send you pictures of those rings and stuff like that. I'll look up a few and send you over some snapshots.
Well, root for the gags in 2026 because I will do it. I'll definitely do it.
Oh.
Yeah, Henry and CJ start classes tomorrow, so summer's over.
Oh shit.
Yeah, CJ just left tonight.
She living on campus?
Yeah, Henry lives here, but she lives there. She moved in yesterday, but she did it in two parts, so she left for
Oh.
good today. She's only an hour away, so we'll see her. But I think we're going to see her a lot less because she's living with friends for the first time.
Mhm.
So they've got like a suite in the high rise there or something. I don't know. It's like I was like, oh man, you're going to be home less this year, and she's like, yep. So, because she was living with people she didn't know before. She got along with
Oh,
them, but
really?
they weren't her friends. So she's
Yeah.
gonna she's gonna have a she's gonna have a great time.
That's kind of fucking awkward.
What? Oh
Did
yeah,
they like
just
did
being
they
friendly.
did they not be friends with her, or did they just kind of like, okay, you were like the odd man out kind of thing?
No, it was just
Just
I
didn't
mean, they
mesh.
shared the kitchen and the living room, and bathroom, obviously, but they had their own bedrooms.
Yeah.
A lot better than what I had my freshman year at Syracuse. It was three guys in a double, bunk beds, and like one of those beds that's on top of a desk.
Oh God.
So, so I was never,
Yeah.
I was never swayed too much with those college tours when they're talking about. I was like, any of these dorms that you want to show me are going to be better than what I did at Syracuse, which wasn't a cheap place to go to school. So I don't know. Like I didn't tour the college, 40 years ago. I didn't ask if they had what they had in the rec center or something like that. Like it's like a resort now. Colleges are like a resort now. Even a state school. CJ goes to a state school. It was better in
Yeah.
Syracuse in the early 80s, I'll tell you that.
That's true.
All right.
All right. Well, I think I'm done for the night.
See you in about
Norm,
166
Norm.
hours.
Huh?
See you in about 166 hours.
Actually, this one wasn't too long. We were only like right around 2 hours.
Yeah,
Well, actually, an hour and a half,
not bad.
somewhere around there.
Nice for the listener.
Yeah, no shit, right? If they listen.
I'm one of the views because I force myself to listen to it every week. And
Well, I don't listen to it ever again after we fucking do this shit.
I do just to. But
Give it a
those three
bump.
those 3 hour ones are tough.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe Chad listens while he does his his farm work.
All right, Jeff. I'll see
All
you
right,
next
buddy.
week.
All right, I'll see you later. Have a good one.
See you the
Good
night
luck
before
this week.
the night
And
before our football draft.
oh, dude. Yep. I'm all about these fucking
Separate drafts.
rings.
Separate drafts.
Ding. So we'll see how that goes next Tuesday.
If Paul's surprised, he doesn't watch the pod, and I don't think he does.
Probably not.
See ya.
All right, see you, man. Take care.